Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are doing a Cheesecake Factory mukbang, and I'm so excited. I really like the Cheesecake Factory, so I am pumped. I apologize for the kind of janky setup here. I actually ordered a tripod for my phone off of Amazon, and it's supposed to come in today. I don't know what time, and it's like already almost noon, and I'm really hungry. So I was like, do I wait? Or do I just do I don't know, I guess less better angled mukbang on my phone? And it is currently up against 2 candles on my coffee table. And I'm using this like ottoman type table thing here. So hopefully the angles are good for you guys. I'm sorry if they're not. And before we unbox everything, I just want to say thank you to anybody who's watching. And please like and subscribe down below if you're a real one, a real ride or die. And yeah, I guess let's get into it, and I will tell you guys what I got. So we got some bread and butter, of course. I'm gonna put this on the ground for a second. This is, let's see. Okay, so this is chicken piccata. Oh, that's gonna spill. If you can see, there's some chicken, some lemon with pasta. And then I've got cheesecake, duh, Cheesecake Factory. I got a banana cream cheesecake, and she is beautiful. And my dog just noticed. Okay, I actually have one more pasta in the other bag, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough room to like put everything on this little table, so yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can make this work better without falling over a little bit. Yeah, so I hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday, and I hope you guys have maybe some good plans for the weekend. I know I am not doing anything, which is great because during the week I am so busy, it feels like, and my weekends now are kind of like my time to relax. Okay, so if you guys don't know what chicken piccata is, I actually really like it, which is funny because I'm not a huge fan of fruit, like at all. And here I am with chicken piccata and banana cheesecake. As I say that, I sound like an idiot. But I really don't like fruit. But I do love chicken piccata, and it is, as far as I think it's a white wine, kind of like a very thin sauce. So it has white wine, lemon, capers. I think it's like very tenderized, beaten chicken cutlet that they bread, but it's like very light breading. Like I can't even tell it's breaded most of the time. And they usually put it with some type of pasta, and I have angel hair here. And it's just like a really like light, refreshing kind of meal. So let's see how it is. I've actually never had this from Cheesecake Factory. And this was the lunch like chicken special. This size portion was $13.95, I think. I think it's actually a pretty decent price considering the portion, because to me this is like a dinner size portion. And they call it a lunch portion, so I think $13, like, not bad. It was really good. I also love this one because there are so many mushrooms. I love mushrooms. And that's my dog snorting in the background because he's mad. Yeah, I love mushrooms. So as I said before, I hate fruit, but I love vegetables. Like, I love them. Almost any kind of vegetable I love. Green vegetables tend to be my favorite. So like asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, spinach, I'm trying to think what else, peas, like anything green, I'm all about it. And then mushrooms, I love. Like, I grew up eating mushrooms. I remember my dad used to make this like really good pasta dish. And he would take really big rigatoni pasta and he would put like brown gravy, mushrooms, pepperoni, onions, I think spinach, and like a couple other things I don't remember. And he would like put like a bunch of cheese and like bake it so we get like really crispy on top. And oh my God, it was to die for. So like I grew up eating mushrooms pretty much in like, I would say a lot of dishes that my parents made. I think they're so good. Like, I love their earthy flavor, which is funny because like a lot of other things I don't like because they're too earthy. Like, I'm not a huge like root vegetable person. Like turnips, radishes, those aren't really my jam. Or like beets, for example. Like, they have a way too strongly just earthy like taste. Like, they literally taste like dirt. To me, like I've tried them multiple times. To me, they literally taste like somebody just plucked them out of the ground, which they did. But like, that's it. Like, that's all they taste like. It's just like dirt from the ground. But yeah, no, like other vegetables, love them. And it's so funny because my roommate the other day, she was like, "Do you eat Brussels sprouts?" And like, I've been living with her for about a year. And I was like, "Yeah, like I love them." And she was like, "Oh, like I've never had them." And I was like, "You've never had Brussels sprouts?" Like, she's 26. And I was like, "You've never had a Brussels sprout?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Holy crap, like you need to eat some." Because they're so good. And we were at the grocery store together and she was like, "Oh, should I buy some frozen?" And I was like, "I wouldn't get frozen for like your first time." I was like, because like me personally, I have probably met, I don't know, I would say probably like at least 3 to 4 people, especially people like I've dated. And when I first start dating them, I'm like, "Oh, I love Brussels sprouts." And they'll be like, "Ew, that's gross. Like, I don't like Brussels sprouts." And then I make Brussels sprouts and they like devour them. But the way I make my Brussels sprouts is super easy. Like, I buy fresh Brussels sprouts. What I do is I like just put them on a cutting board. I cut off the little like butt end things, and then I just have them. I just have them or quarter them if they're like really big. I put them on a cooking sheet with aluminum foil, and I like lay them all down flat, and then I like drizzle it with olive oil, and I just put like whatever seasonings you feel like. Like, usually I just put black pepper and like garlic powder or something. You can just do like pepper and salt. You can do like lemon pepper, like anything you want. And I bake them at like 4 or 450 for about 20 minutes, and they are delicious. I like roasting my vegetables because they kind of get like that nice caramelization from the olive oil and from the high heat. It kind of like crisps them up a little bit. It's really good. But yeah, I've turned multiple people onto Brussels sprouts. I think they are so delicious and they're actually so good for you. And it's funny because I've liked Brussels sprouts since I was a kid. Like, I think my mom made them once when I was growing up. And I want to say I was like maybe like 6 or 7. And she made them one time. And I was the only person who liked them. And she never made them again because I think herbs obviously like a waste. Like, nobody's eating them besides Lily. So she like never made them. And then I started eating them on my own volition when I was like, I say like 15, 16. And then my whole fam kind of like followed the trend. And now Brussels sprouts are a very popular thing, which I'm so happy about because they're so good. But anyway, yes, I love vegetables. I don't like fruit, but I do like fruit if it is in the form of cake or pastries or things like that. So I love like, I don't know, like a strawberry cheesecake. I really like banana bread. Like, love banana bread, love banana muffins. I love blueberry muffins, like blueberry pancakes. I like pie actually. Like, I love a good blueberry pie, a good mixed berry pie. Anything like that. The only with pie that I'm kind of like picky on, because I'm not a huge fan of like actual fruit, if I'm eating a fruit pie, like the fruit component can't be too texturally real, if that makes sense. So like if I'm eating a blueberry pie, the blueberry filling has to be more of like a compote reduction. Like if it's just like whole chunks of blueberries, like it kind of turns me off. But if it's kind of more of like a syrupy like filling, I love that. This is really good. I'm sorry my sweatshirt is inside out. I, like woke up, whatever, put it on. And I was trying to like set up my little station here for filming. And I was like looking at myself in the camera and I was like, oh shoot, like my sweatshirt. Because it has my school name on it. And I don't want you guys to know every single thing about me, like where I go to school. So I'm trying to keep that a little private. So before I left to go pick this up, I was like, I should probably turn it inside out just in case. We don't want any crazies showing up at my school. Not like, I don't think obviously that would most likely happen, but gotta keep it safe around here. But yeah, I love like fruit flavored pastries, sweets, anything like that. So artificial flavored stuff, love it. But like real fruit, nope, no. And it's so funny because growing up, my mom and my dad actually were like huge fruit eaters. Like they used to just sit there. Like my dad, I remember he would eat canned peaches like all the time, and fresh peaches. My mom loves watermelon, loves pineapple. She eats a ton of bananas. She eats a ton of apples. She pretty much eats like any fruit. Like she loves fruit. And then me and my sisters, we're all just kind of like, meh. Like I'm probably like the worst. Like I just like really like won't eat it. But like even my older sister and I growing up, it was like, no. Like we would never just like eat fruit. Like, oh God, no. So gross. And it's not like I hate those people that are like, I hate blah blah, and they've never even freaking tried it. Like that to me makes no sense. So like I'm not one of those annoying people. Like I hate fruit after I've tried it all. And I mean like everything I can get my hands on. Like I've literally, and I've tried it at different points in my life, because you know how they say, I don't know who they are, but they say like your taste buds change every 7 years. So it's like I've been continually trying different fruits and I just still don't like them. Like I've tried, grapes. I remember my own mom used to eat grapes all the time. I've tried grapes, apples, oranges, peaches, donut peaches. I've tried pears. I've tried blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. I've tried watermelon. I've tried cantaloupe. I've tried honeydew. I've tried papaya. I've tried mango, pineapple. Like anything you can think, I have tried it. Like I will always give food. Actually, I'll pretty much give everything a try once, whether it's food or not. Like I will try something at least one time, and then if I don't like it, I don't have to redo it. But yeah, I don't know, fruit, I just keep trying, and honestly, most of it tastes like nail polish remover. And like I can't get that like thought and like taste out of my mouth and head. It's just like gross. Like, ugh. And it's crazy because when I was 13, I illegally started working at a apple orchard in New York. And obviously they had like a extensive variety of apples. So people used to come in to, buy the different apples that we had there. And, we had like 20 varieties of apples, like at any given time. And they would always come up to me and they'd be like, what's your favorite? Like, what do you recommend? And I would always be like, I don't even eat them. Like, I hate fruit. And they would look like I just like ran over their dog or something. They were like, oh, like how do you work here? Like, what do you eat? And I was like, the apple cider donuts. I just think people were like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, you don't even eat apples. It was just so funny. But yeah, I don't know. I keep trying fruit and I keep not liking it. But honestly, I'd much rather be where I am than be like a lot of people I know that hate vegetables and only like fruit. And I'm probably gonna get so much crap for saying this, but I don't care. Fruit is sugar. It is not healthy sugar. It is sugar. Your body only digests sugar one way, the same way across all foods you eat. You don't eat an apple and then eat whatever, like a Snickers, and your body's like, oh, well, that's an apple and that's a Snickers, so they go different. Like, no. Like, they're both sugar. They're both carbs. They both go the same way. So for me, I much rather eat my sugar and my carbs from this than like an apple. That's just me. I know some people obviously don't agree and they don't believe me, but that's my opinion. So I don't know. I'm just never going to be a fruit person. But vegetables, I'm much happier eating vegetables than I ever would be fruit, because vegetables are insanely beneficial for your body. They're so good for you. And I'm not saying fruit doesn't have benefits. It does have benefits attached to the sugar and the carbs. Like vegetables, for the most part, green vegetables are very low in carbs, hence very low in sugar. So you're getting benefits without a lot of risk, but with fruit, you're getting benefits with a lot of risk. So I'd rather eat vegetables. And not like I'm a health expert, not even close. But that's literally biology. Like, I mean, I learned that in all my classes. But yeah, I'm a pasta person. I do love pasta. This one's really good. Another thing I don't really like, that I always get heat for from people, is I don't like any juice, any soda, or any kind of alcohol. Like nothing. And people are always, I think they like literally think I'm lying. Because people will be like, oh, like, what do you like to drink? Like alcoholic. And I'm like, oh, I don't drink. Like, I don't like it. And they like start laughing and they're just like, oh, haha, like me too. And I'm like, no, I'm being serious. Like, I don't like alcohol. Like, and it's funny because I remember like when I was growing up and, you know, like you see, at least I did, like you see your parents like drinking wine or like drinking beers every once in a while or whatever. And I always thought like, oh, like when I get older, like it's gonna be so cool. Like I can like have a glass of wine and like blah, blah, blah. And like the older I got, I was like, you know, 16, 17, kind of doing my thing, like drinking vodka like everybody does when they're a teenager. You know, cranberry vodka, screwdrivers, anything like that. And I kept thinking like, okay, like I don't like wine now. That's normal. Like I'm only 16. Like I'll probably start to like it when I'm like 20, right? And then like I turn 20 and I'm like, okay, so maybe when I'm like 21. And then it's like every year I still don't like anything. So I think I'm just like one of those odd anomalies, I would say, like an outlier, if you will, that doesn't like alcohol. I just don't. Like, there's no alcohol that I have tried. But like I said, I'll try it. There's none that I have tried that I like. Everything's gross. And then on top of that, I don't like juice and soda. So like alcohol is already shitty. And then the chasers are gross. So like to me, so like having something that I already don't like, such as like rum, for example, mixed with juice, that's like gross on top of gross. So I just can't. And I won't. Not my cup of tea. I am a water girl. My whole life. Water, 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 water. I love water. I probably drink too much water, which like I don't know if that's a thing, but I drink water incessantly, like all the time. And yeah, I don't know. I love water. It tastes so good to me. And I know it's so funny because like my other older sister, I remember growing up, she's like, ew, water has like no taste. Like, how do you drink it? Like, it's so bland. And I'm like, I don't know, it's so refreshing. I think it's so good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping one day I might be a normal person and be able to like get a bottle of wine from the store and, you know, pour myself a glass and like watch TV or something. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Also, sorry if my nose is kind of stuffy. I'm getting over this really long, I'm just gonna call it a cold. I don't really like know what it was because I don't go to the doctor because I don't have insurance. But I think it was a cold. It started 3 weeks ago, and I just like woke up one day, as you do when you're alive, and I woke up one day, and you know when you like can just tell, like you're just coming down with something, and my throat, like I swallowed, and my throat killed. I was like, I thought to myself, like, oh God, no, like, I don't want to be sick. I was hoping it was just like a sore throat. Nope. Started off as a really bad sore throat for the first, I would say, like, day, like literally the first day. And then the client that I work with, went to his house. He was also really sick. So when I got there, I was already kind of feeling sick with my throat, and then he was sick, and he was like coughing all over me, like touching me, and I was like, oh. So I already knew whatever I had was going to be like exasperated by that. And it was, because then I was really sick. Like, I did not feel good. I did not, for I would say a solid 2 weeks. Like, I'm just getting over it now. Yeah, God. It started with my throat. That was the least of my problems. My throat was sore for like 2 days. After those 2 days, my nose, oh my gosh, like, it was running constantly. I had to blow it constantly. So stuffy, like, just not enjoyable. Then I started getting really sore, which, like, I don't even exercise, so it doesn't make sense that I would be sore. So I would, like, wake up and my whole body would feel like I just did, like, a full, like, HIIT workout, which, like, I don't. So I was like, so annoying. And then my head, I felt like I had a fever, like, for like a good week. It was just like, but I don't have insurance. I'm poor. And I'm also like the opposite of a hypochondriac. Like, I like to convince myself that I'm fine. And I could be dying, but I will convince myself, like, no, girl, you're fine. Like, you don't have to go to the doctor. It's fine. Just give it a couple days. And then I give it a couple days. And then I'm like, well, just give it another couple days. And it's just like, it's a vicious cycle for me. But yeah, like, it's actually funny. That's what happened to me about 3 years ago. I was living in Texas, and it was so weird because it was over the summer. It was like in, I want to say like late May or like early June. And I started to get really sick with like a sore throat. And I had like really bad coughing, and yeah, I just felt terrible. Kept telling myself, oh, you'll be fine. You'll get over it. Every time I would talk to my mom, she'd be like, go to the doctor. And I was like, Mom, it's fine. No big deal. And she'd be like, Lil, seriously, like, go to the doctor. Like, you sound terrible. Like, it was getting to the point, no exaggeration, I had, like, no voice. Like, nothing. Like, I was coughing all night to the point that I was dry heaving. Like, I would have to, like, make myself throw up, basically, because my throat was just uncontrollable. I waited, I think it was 5 months. 5 months. I stayed like that. And finally I was like, all right, you know what? F it. I'm going to swallow the like $150 and just go to the doctor. So I did. My mom was right. I went to the doctor and she was like, you've had bronchitis. I was like, great. This was so good. Hold on. I'm gonna turn this around for you guys if I can. Or actually, I'll just film down. Yeah, so I ate most of it. I'm gonna stop now though before I get like super full. Also, because I really want to try my cheesecake. But yeah, I went to the doctor. She was like, you have bronchitis. I was like, shoot. So, you know, they gave me antibiotics. And I took the antibiotics. I think it was like 2 weeks or something. And I still felt terrible after like a month. So I went back and I told the doctor, I was like, I still feel exactly the same. Like my cough is still here. It's still strong. I have no voice. And she was like, oh, she's like, well, your infection's gone. She's like, but the symptoms are going to stay there for a while. I was like, oh my God. So you'd think I would have learned my lesson about 3 years ago when I had bronchitis for 6 months. But apparently not, because here I am doing the same stuff. Definition of insanity. Okay. We're going to get into this banana cream cheesecake. I'm so excited. So good. Yummy. I love cheesecake. You guys are gonna like, oh my God, you're gonna think I'm so annoying. I actually didn't even like to used to like cheesecake, sorry. Which is crazy because I'm from New York. So growing up, my dad and my older sister were the ones like loved cheesecake. Me and my mom. So they used to like get it. We would just like not touch it. And then all of a sudden, when I was like, I want to say about 17, a Cheesecake Factory opened near my hometown. And I started to go there and order cheesecake like after my meals, like exactly like this. Get my Cheesecake Factory meal, get my cheesecake after. I could never even finish either. Like nothing's changed. And I started to like love it. Like love it. Love cheesecake. Now, can't stop me. I love cheesecake. It is so good. Love the texture. So creamy. So rich. I think it's great. It's a super decadent dessert. Like I can't eat too much of it because it's really rich, especially if you get a good one. But yeah, it's delicious. That is my dog's sweater in the background. I apologize. Apparently somebody was getting changed while I went to go pick up my food. It's so funny. I got him that sweater. It's like a Halloween sweater. But he still wears it sometimes because he like really likes it. Really comfortable. One of the reasons he likes it so much is because it's a size medium and he's typically a size small. And so it's a little loose fitting, which he loves. But it's funny because it's a little loose, right? So like I'll go to class or whatever. I come back home and he like runs up to me like all excited to see me. And his sweater is like a dress. It's like hanging off him. Like his arms are out of it. And it's just like hanging off his butt. And I'm like, what happened here? So I don't know if like if it's too big and it just falls off or if he's like actively trying to get out of it while I'm gone. Oh no. I'll probably never know. But it's pretty funny. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna cap it here. I had about half of my cheesecake and I'm gonna give the whipped cream to my pupper because he's actually been insanely good during this whole video. I thought he was gonna be a pain in the butt, barking at me, yelling at me, but he hasn't. Bo, do you wanna come here? Come here. We say bye to the peeps? Okay. So we're gonna wrap up. This is Bo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And like I said, if you could just drop me a quick like and a quick subscribe, that would be dearly appreciated by me and Bo. Okay, I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.